important. All right. Hello, everyone. Which is no one. That's okay. We'll pretend it's someone. All right, let's pull up channel 7 today rather than channel 9. Have a look. So we'll go with this one. What's some other videos we'll have a look at? Oh, what about this? What else? Let's have a look. Michael Jackson, the musical.
There's potholes.
Potholes? We always like learning about potholes. Street racer behind horrific crash kills 2 kids, jailed for more than a decade. Major manhunt. Man arrested after trying to board plane with a gun. There you go.
The impact of.
We'll learn more about Cyclone Alfred. How about that?
Seven people.
The Para Hills. And then let's see. Just like another video that'd be interesting to watch. Nah. Okay. So we are back. We're back to farming some pearls. 458 is what we're up to right now. So in the next hour, it's likely I'm only going to be at 468. I tend to get 10 pearls per hour. You think about it, that's 10. That's 100 pearls per 10 hours, meaning that it's gonna take me what, 100 hours to get 1,000, 150 hours to get really what I want. Couple of days worth of playing old school RuneScape. Okay, let's see if everything is right. All right. The video looks okay. Well, we're fishing. Let's look at the news. Let's look at Channel 7 News. Let's see what we get.
It's no secret just how important a nutritious breakfast can be, but around 10% of kids aren't having it. A worrying trend researchers say is having a noticeable impact in the classroom.
We found that those kids who skipped breakfast every day were much more likely to have poor NAPLAN results.
If they haven't eaten breakfast, definitely the mood is lower, or they're cranky, they have less energy.
The Kids Research Institute Australia examined the eating habits of almost 30,000 students with the results of their NAPLAN.
A lot of the research that's looked at breakfast skipping and school outcomes has looked at school grades, and there can be a lot of variation in school grades across different teachers and different schools. NAP plan's great because it's consistent.
Mum Ali Foster says while she tries her best, getting kids to eat their breakfast isn't easy.
Morning's definitely chaos.
Listen, I only have a 6-month-old at the moment, but I feel like it's going to be fairly easy for me to get him to eat his breakfast. I mean, you just say we're not moving from the table until you eat your toast. He's going to cry and he's going to scream, but you just sit there. You can't cry and scream for 8 hours straight. You maybe cry and scream for like an hour. But eventually he's going to eat his toast. His cold toast at that point.
We do try and start with breakfast. You can put it on the table, which doesn't mean they'll necessarily eat it. Normally they'll sit down and they'll think about that overdue library book or something can run off.
Some people just aren't hungry in the morning. It's the same with adults. What I really recommend...
I do admit, I actually don't even eat breakfast. Well, I do, actually now. I used to not eat breakfast. Now I have like a piece of toast, but for like 10 years I would have nothing. Except like maybe a dare iced coffee. That's about it.
And is that parents and carers try and pack a substantial morning tea.
Well, this study didn't look at the reasons behind eating habits. Researchers suspect the cost of living is impacting the ability of some families to put food on the table. Ashley Kanowski, 7 News.
I mean, the number was 10%, wasn't it? Isn't that kind of within reason? If the number was like 50% of kids are not eating breakfast, then I'd probably start panicking. Okay. Next headline. Firefighters criticize 30 million consultant spend as expired equipment endangers lives.
Firefighters are warning faulty and expired equipment is putting lives at risk. They've slammed a decision by Fire Rescue Victoria to spend $30 million on consultants, while 60% of their truck fleet is out of date.
A house burns as fireys battle a broken water pump. A member stuck on a malfunctioning ladder and an aerial platform failure at the year's biggest factory blaze, a snapshot of Melbourne's ageing fleet.
Every day we're playing Russian roulette with members.
So, wait a minute. Why do you need to spend $30 million in consultants? What are they consulting on? How best to spend the money. Hey, it looks like you need some new equipment. That would be some that's something I'd recommend. Oh, thanks. Would have never figured this out. Okay. It is strange though. A lot of money just to like have someone come into the fire station and investigate. Hey, thanks for the follow.
Lives. Then that extends to the public.
Their union white hot with rage at a new report showing Fire Rescue Victoria spent more than $30 million on corporate consultants last year, up from $4 million.
So it wasn't this year, it was last year. Okay. I'm going well, how are you? And then it was $4 million the year before. Wait a minute. So 2021, 2022, $4 million spent on consultants. 2023 to 2024, they're like, okay, we need to times that budget by 10. And that's going to make everything a lot better.
The year before.
The fire trucks are unreliable. 60% of the fleet are out of date. That $30 million would have bought new fire trucks.
They're routinely breaking down. Half of our aerial fleet is out of commission.
How much is a fire truck? I mean, a fire truck is like 1 million, I guess. I'm just chilling making maple longbows. Man. Hey, at least you're profiting in some way, shape, or form on your grind. You know, at least you're in some way actually, you know, making some decent progress as opposed to me stuck on this island. In fact, actually, what? It's been 10 minutes. I haven't got one pearl yet. This is aerial fishing. So the reason why I get 75 hunter, the reason why you want to do aerial fishing, it's a long trade, but you kind of want this stuff, right? So you want the pearl fishing rods, and you want this fish sack. You do not buy your angler outfit here. You go to fishing trawler. If you buy your angler outfit here, that's just like a personal flex, but I can easily lie and just say, yeah, I did purchase my anglers here. The fish sack can be combined with the barrel. And so you can carry the fish barrel on your back, and these can be held. So you can effectively like clear out 2 spaces of your inventory when fishing. So, hey there, your stream pretty cool with an apostrophe there. Interesting. That's why I follow you. I would like to make you a friend, another apostrophe over the E, and even gift you Black Tommy 2. I've only just met you. I don't know if I I want to receive a gift from a complete stranger. What do the rods do? Yeah, they're equipable. So you can just basically extend your fishing trips out just a little bit longer. And the fishing barrel is equipable in your cape slot when you combine it with the fishing sack. The problem is that if I want like all the rods and the fish sack, I need 1,370 pearls, and I'm purchasing an extra rod so I can turn it into an oily pellet rod, so I can just have that on hand. So I need 1,470. I've been here for like probably close to 30 hours. I still only have about like 500 pearls. So 30 hours has gotten me here. So I have another at least 60 hours to go. To be fair though, it's not like I'm fishing at max. So at the moment my pearl drop rate is about 1 in 85. If you have like 90 fishing, 90 hunter, it becomes 1 in 75. Slightly better. Yeah, this is my main. I've decided that to kind of focus my account in a little bit. I'm just gonna be going for like big grinds. And so I thought going for the collection log stuff. Good way to go for big grinds. Good way to like kind of buff up, you know, the rest of my stats. Did you join? Did you like come back right after after leagues, like the rest of us? Because I basically gave up RuneScape for a year. I play leagues, have the time of my life, immediately come back into my main. I don't do much leagues. Really. They're usually like well, at least I feel that they're like really popular among the old school RuneScape players. Because suddenly gaining experience is no longer slow. Questing made me do my stats, yeah. Well, you know, if you start right now, you might be able to, by the time May comes around, have a fishing sack. I mean, think about it. Isn't this riveting gameplay? I kind of feel like I'm on the edge of my seat every time I send the bird out. Am I gonna get the golden kench? All right, I'm gonna jump back to the news. All right, we need to learn about what how the Australian government is screwing over the fireys.
Earlier this week, aerial capabilities were needed to control a huge factory inferno in Richmond.
They simply had none in the central area. It actually had to come from outer suburban areas, which means a delay.
We've supported them with additional resources and particularly trucks and appliances.
FRV's...
But it's clearly not true if the fireys are saying that our stuff is out of date and our stuff is broken. So someone's not telling the
A
truth.
report also shows the number of fires is up by 24%. The number
That's because everyone in society is sad at the moment, so we're just lighting fires to entertain ourselves.
number of firefighters available to tackle them is up just 3%. Ainsley Kosh, 7 News.
All right, fireys are screwed. That's what we'll learn today. Let's learn about the 77 million road maintenance backlog around the Southwest Metro Line area.
Get worse. Furious drivers are demanding action as roads are carved up by buses and extra cars around the Southwest Metro Line. And tonight we can reveal the staggering amount required to fix the problem.
Bumpy through Belmore. Hole after hole in Lakemba.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Local roads in the southwest ripped up by rail replacement buses.
It's just chaos. It's just, there's so much damage on those roads.
Belmore resident Andy Young's car ruined. He paid hundreds to fix it.
Grit and tarmac and dirt fall throughout the exhaust system. When we took it to the mechanic, he actually asked us, have we taken it off-roading?
He's not alone. Locals highlighting a holy hell.
Our roads are really getting quite ruined. A few days ago, I had my brake pad actually break out of my car.
With buses replacing trains between Sydney...
Okay. To say that, like, you know, if you go over the bumps and in the ditches, like, your car is going to get messed up at some point. But, like, how fast is she going? Or how slow are you going through, like, a deep, deep hole that your brake pads come loose?
And Bankstown, the 17-kilometre route is hit with hundreds of tonnes extra every day.
There needs to be some solution here because we can't have the right...
Am I making a highway for us? No. I'm just looking at the state of Sydney's roads, obviously.
Roads in the state that they currently are in.
We can reveal a $77 million road maintenance backlog in the area.
Because it's...
Well, you see, if we just simply, you know, cut the consulting fee from the fireys, we're already halfway to paying the roads. This doesn't... 77 million seems like chump change.
So busy, the council doesn't want to close the road, so all they're doing is they're just slapping down tarmac.
Wet weather proving challenging.
7 News understands Transport is aware of the worn-out state of the roads and
I think the world is aware of our roads.
is working with Canterbury Council on a major roadwork program as well.
You'll patch it up for a day and then there may be issues if we get heavy rain.
Serena Andaloro.
I wonder if there is like a real consequence to... Am I using a Razer webcam? No. I think this is like a brand called Gorilla, I think. I got it quite a while ago. I think I got it like 5 years or so ago. But yeah, I wonder, right? Like, if I like get some cement from Bunnings and I fill in the potholes on the road, like, would the government hunt me down? Like, and let's say like I do it like to all the, you know, policy requirements and everything. Well, like the government be like, no, you shouldn't have done that. I have the Razer webcam. It's also good. I would imagine. I actually think Razer has improved the quality of their products over the last maybe more like 2-3 years. I feel like their products were kind of just like the meme edgy gamer stuff about like 10 years ago. But now they're kind of like refining and trying to actually make something good quality. Hey, thanks for the follow. All right, what do we learn? Kids aren't eating breakfast. We learned that the fireys are screwed. We're learning that our roads are terrible. What's next on the list? Let's have a look. So this is Cyclone Alfred. Fruit and vegetable prices to skyrocket in South Australia.
Cyclone Alfred is expected to be felt right across South Australia too.
Shoppers are being warned the price.
I remember like hearing like cyclones was going to hit Queensland. And I remember hearing this in our media like 2 weeks ago. And I always wonder every single time, how are like when the Australian meteorology department hears cyclone going to hit near our coastal line, how do they not like immediately tell the government? And the government just sends sandbags to that area like en masse.
Of popular fruit and vegetables.
I feel like we're just highly unprepared.
At Urban Fresh in Glenelg, these prices won't last long.
Very concerning, not on us and all the customers as well.
It's not safe for food trucks in Queensland to hit the road, which means bananas, avocados, tomatoes and capsicums could soon be in short supply.
We can't get no fruit and veg because of what's happening in Queensland, and we don't know how long it's going to be.
And the flow-on effect will be swift. Prices to double as early as next week.
I think that it's going to be very difficult for young families.
We all have to pay the price. What do you do, you know?
While in supermarkets across southeast Queensland, shelves are emptying fast, even after extra deliveries of essential supplies.
We're trying to keep water and produce available.
Mail in and out of the region will also be impacted. Australia Post has paused all operations across southeast Queensland.
I mean, that's fair. Australia Post can't, send out the delivery trucks during a cyclone. so I think it's fair game that that Ozpost is shutting down. I think it's fair game that the trucks aren't running. It's kind of crap that the fruit vendors are increasing their prices on the produce that isn't going to be coming in. I mean, it's in their interest to do so, but again, like, it's a cyclone, guys. Like, can't we just like keep the prices normal just for a little bit? Wait till the cyclone passes. Maybe upcharge a little bit for like repair costs after the fact. I don't know.
Queensland and parts of northern New South Wales. Services will return to normal only when the danger has passed. When that will be is still too early to tell. Retailers here say the price hikes could last months.
We can't stop the weather.
Mitchell Sariovsky, 7 News.
The price hikes will last months? I mean, I get it. Like, low supply, I'm going to upcharge because everyone wants it and it's in low supply. But like, you're gonna upcharge for months? I don't know. That seems scummy. I'd expect that of Coles and Woolworths. I'd expect Coles and Woolworths to just like say, listen, this 500 milliliter water bottle. It's $10. That's what it is right now. You want to buy 2 water bottles? Okay, that's going to be $25. That's right, $5 extra for buying 2. Coles and Woolworths would do this, but the fruit vendors, really? That's kind of sad to see. Well, I play League Monday, Wednesday. I play old school RuneScape Tuesday, Thursday. And on Friday, that's just like my rotation day. It's whatever I really want to play / fancy / playing, off stream. I'm thinking of playing Skyrim tomorrow. I was chatting with someone earlier in the week, and made me a bit nostalgic for Skyrim. I don't know if it'll make a good stream. Like if I start a new save on Skyrim and just walk around for 2 hours, I don't know if that'll be good. Yeah, what game of choice? Let me guess. I'm gonna keep a game in mind and see if it's the game that you suggest. Usually people say Monster Hunter Wilds. They're saying that I should play that at the moment. Marvel Rivals. My friends are playing that every night at the moment. I can't get into it. I could never get into Overwatch. I don't think I can get into Marvel Rivals. It just like I just get that feeling that the game is going to die in like 6 months' time. But I could be wrong. I mean, it's very popular at the moment. It's a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. It seems to be quite balanced. Everyone loves to play the heroes. Everyone loves to see like the old comic book skins. So maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Listen, I'll have to think about it, Ava. But I really have zero yearning to play Marvel Rivals. I'm willing to say that I might be wrong about my critique of the game, but I'll keep it in the back of my mind. All right, what's our next news video? What are we looking at? Whoa, Para Hill stabbing. Let's go. Wild Para Hill stabbing, fight arrests. South Australia announces youth crime crackdown.
All have been arrested and 2 men left with stab wounds after a bloody street fight.
Yeah, why not? Give me 2 seconds. Let me actually switch to the Discord that I have for streaming at the moment. So the Discord, I'm pretty sure it's just that. That's my Discord at the moment. Unless there's like a different way of doing this. How do I do it? Do I do add friend? No. Okay. Yeah. Hey, there it is. Pending. All right. Hey. Eventually, I'll get around to actually setting up the Discord channel for my streams, and then I'll set up a bot that actually sends out, because I have YouTube going on stream as well. I have a bot actually just throw things out. All right. Let's see. What's happening at Para Hills?
Para Hills. It came as police announced a crackdown on teenage street gangs using bikie-style bans to stop the violence.
Para Hills residents woke to find police and a trail of blood down their streets. One resident saw up to 15 men brawling outside his home in the early hours.
One of was having a kitchen knife, and he was trying to jump over the fence, and he was saying like, I will kill them all today.
When police arrived, suspects ran in every direction while they found 2 victims with stab wounds to their upper body. 3 men and a 17-year-old boy were quickly arrested. Education department workers arrived to find their car park had turned into a crime scene.
I just wonder sometimes, right? Like, because this is happening in Para Hills. This is happening in New South Wales. There is apparently down in Melbourne. Melbourne has a huge youth crime problem. If like I remember, you just used to see a story about it every other day last year. I just wonder what goes through the mind. Like, what has to happen for a 15-year-old kid, right, to get up one morning, to go hang out with his friends. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna take one of the kitchen knives with me. You know, I'm just gonna do that. And then, you know, someone squares up to them and they're like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? This is the rational decision I'm going to make. I'm going to take out the knife from my backpack, and just go bang. Right? Like, I mean, what happened to that kid? Melbourne is beautiful city. Yeah, it is beautiful. I do agree. I have too much love for Sydney. I do think it's the best. Actually, you know what? No. Gold Coast. Brisbane and the Gold Coast. That is the best city in Australia, I think.
Detectives found drugs and cash in clothing dumped near the blood.
No, I changed my answer again. It is Adelaide, the cathedral city. Adelaide, the cathedral city. Okay, that is the best city in Australia.
Trial.
It's shocking. It's absolutely appalling.
Detectives searched a nearby house, arresting another suspect and seizing bags of evidence, including a knife.
At least 3 of those young people are connected to a youth gang, a street gang.
This morning.
Again, how do you... Like, what, you're walking home from school one day, and, like, some guy walks up to you, hey, do you want to join the youth gang? We have cookies on Wednesday. And you go, yeah, sure, why not? What do I have to do? Just meet us at, like, midnight at this park, and then we're going to roam around. I don't know. I thought I did. I thought I did get your Discord. No? Okay. No, wait a minute. Isn't it that? I mean, if the word... if the word hope comes from it, let's just add. Why not? There we go. Oh, there it is. Okay. I thought I had the... Yeah, I thought it was just working. Okay. All right, let's close that down. Yeah, I thought I don't know. I thought I did it correctly. Well, I guess actually... Wait a minute, because I think there was someone else watching. So I think maybe when I sent out my username that and someone accepted, I think it just... I don't know, I got confused.
The Attorney General announced the government's committing $3 million to fight juvenile crime.
Look, that's a machete! What's a kid carrying a machete for? Not so.
Juvenile crime.
The police will have as extra powers looking at the outlaw motorcycle gang legislation, how that could apply to youth street gangs.
Preventing them from association, preventing them from identifying as a member.
What?
Could apply to youth street gangs, preventing them from
So
association.
this guy is
preventing them from identifying.
literally swinging at this kid with a machete. And everyone else, I think, you know what? I don't blame them, right? Because it's probably exactly the same thing that I would do. But everyone's just watching. And they're all just like,
down their social gangs,
oh,
preventing them from association.
like, oh, I guess.
Preventing them from identifying
Look,
as a member of a group.
the helicopter just keeps on walking. They just keep on walking as these two guys are going at it with a machete.
Shutting down their social media presence where they promote their criminal activities.
The two injured men were taken to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. After being discharged, they've also been arrested for a fray. Peter Caldecott, 7 News.
I do like that we do have the fray laws. That's it is one law that I very much agree with. The affray laws are laws that, you know, if a fight is breaking out and your first instinct is to take out the phone and start recording it, you can be charged with affray because you're in a way encouraging the people to continue. Actually, yeah, ask me. Go. Hey, 1 in 84 chance. No longer a 1 in 85 chance. What's that? Is that because my hunter level went up? I think my hunter and my fishing level went up. All right, let's look for some more videos. We could just do reacting to React channels. That would be something. Because I haven't had it made yet. I do have something in the background. I have someone in the background working for that stuff. So it'll happen eventually. I'll get something. I did an investigation stream about a week ago. And I came to the realization through that investigation that most of that stuff doesn't actually matter. Like if you look at some very popular streamers, the people on the front of the Twitch page, they haven't actually updated their channel cards in like 5 years, you know. I mean, the reason obviously is they have a large audience and they can afford to do so because the audience is just gonna follow them. They don't need to do that kind of stuff anymore. But then some people like the Burnt Peanut, dear God, his channel cards an affront to like mankind. I think they're war crimes, honestly. What's this? Like I said, Ava, I already have someone who's the work has been commissioned, so it's being made. I just haven't got it yet. So thank you, but no thank you. What's a good video for us to watch? We could watch a video on Beyblades. We have Tryndamere, Lethal Tembo. Apparently that's been buffed. Ludwig tried beating Pokemon's biggest challenge. I enjoy Ludwig. Why don't we watch Ludwig? Let's have a look. Let's see what this video is. Let's see if it's entertaining enough for us.
Years since I played a Pokemon game, which is weird because it was one of my favorite games growing up. Why? Well, the last time I played Pokemon, it didn't go well. If you didn't watch the video, I basically had to cheat to beat a game of Pokemon, which is kind of embarrassing for a guy in his 20s to do.
How do you need to cheat to beat Pokemon? Wait. Need to roll this back a little. Why did he? Oh my god, nice. Come on. Okay, well,
basically had to cheat to beat Pokemon.
Maybe he was doing something else. Maybe he was like doing competitive battles or something.
Pokemon, which is kind of embarrassing for a guy in his 20s to do. So I vowed I was never going to play a Pokemon game again unless I magically got better or they actually made a new Pokemon game that was good. Neither of those things happened. But what did happen is I got a message. A lot of messages.
They were shit Pokemon games. I mean, it's probably my rose-tinted goggles. But I do think the best Pokemon was the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald series. For me, I think that was peak. I'm pretty sure that was also the last time that they did the sprite pixel art for Pokemon. And then they switched to that sort of like... What is it called? Like 2.5D or something? Like I said, Ava, I already have someone else who's commissioned this stuff. So I thank you, but no.
Messages. You see, every day since I stopped playing Pokemon, I got a message from this guy named Parker. Day one of asking for some Nuzlocke content. And if you don't know what Nuzlocke is, basically just a harder way to play Pokemon. The same harder way that I had to cheat the last time I tried it. So I ignored these DMs for the first week, and the first month, and the first year. But Parker didn't give up. The messages kept coming.
Jesus. Why? Who's this determined? Who's this determined? Who? Like, I think in like the 10 years of watching YouTube, I maybe have left 10 comments on YouTube. Like, imagine every single day for more than a year, right? That's how long this guy is going for. Yeah, they are working on a logo.
So at the same time, day 500 was quickly approaching, I also discovered a new way to play Pokemon. You see, the thing I didn't enjoy about a Nuzlocke is that it was very stressful and also very boring. A lot of it was just grinding levels or using rare candies to expedite that process. But you see, my friends Poinkro and Spallant found this new way to play Pokemon called an Ironmon. I didn't really know much about it. All I...
So they're playing RuneScape. They're stealing RuneScape's words.
Knew is that it took them months, if not years, to beat in thousands of resets. Now, if I have one motto in life, it's that I'd rather be lucky than good. So I figured if I'm not good at Pokemon, I'll just be lucky and win a Pokemon game. And so after 500 days of asking me to do some Pokemon content, I finally replied. And that was the start of Pokemon Week. I'm no stranger to marathon streams.
The League stream was so good. I loved Ludwig's League of Legends stream. It actually convinced me to go back and play the game. Like his 100-hour long stream with Connor. And there's this one moment they both get up and they're both arguing because they had just lost, the 10th game in a row. And they walk off camera, and one of them just comes back and they go, no, I'm not even going to piss at the same time as an animal like you, and just sits back down. It was so good.
I did it for League of Legends when I played for 100 hours straight. I did it for Elden Ring when I stayed live until I beat the game. But in this scenario, I was basically going to stay live until I beat my first ever Ironmon. If you don't know what an Ironmon is, I'll go through the rules as it becomes applicable. But the basic premise is you get one random Pokemon with totally random moves and totally random stats, and you go up against trainers with totally random Pokemon and totally random stats.
Really? So it's a dice roll? Does that like randomize every single battle? If it's every single battle, this is just annoying. If it's like only at the start, then doesn't that just mean you just keep resetting until you get a good mon and good attacks? Yes, I have seen your messages. I won't I wouldn't wait with bated breath for me to respond to anything. That Discord only, is active while I'm streaming basically. The rest of the time I'm using my personal Discord. So I wouldn't wait with bated breath.
That are also 50% stronger than normal. So the
what?
Elite Four has a bunch of level 90s, and that one Pokemon has to beat all 8 gyms, all the Elite Four members, and finally the Pokemon champion himself. And if that sounds difficult, I still haven't told you the hardest part of all, Professor Oak's lab. You see, the idea of an Ironmon was created by a streamer called I Ate Your Pie. He was sick of Nuzlocke runs because they were pretty much solved and really boring to watch as a viewer. So he wanted something fun to watch. And what's more fun to watch than gambling? How do you gamble in Pokemon?
True words have never been spoken. Gambling is the #1 form of entertainment. Oh yeah, they're also working on a very light overlay and a banner for me. So sadly, there's no work that I can commission from you.
By turning every single run into a 1 in 3 guess. You see, when Professor Oak gives you a choice of 3 Pokemon, you only get to look at one of them, and whichever Pokemon you look at, you have to keep. And then you have to immediately battle your rival, who, by the way, has a level 8 compared to your level 5 because all the trainers are stronger. And if his Pokemon happens to have better base stats than yours, or even the same base stats, you're gonna lose. And you know what happens if you lose and your Pokemon dies? You get to do it all over again. And so 80% of all Ironmon runs is this: picking a random Pokemon, dying to your rival, doing it all over again. Now, the good news is if you do beat your rival and you get out of Professor Oak's lab, you have beaten the hardest part of the game. Bad news is you have now entered the next hardest part of the game, trying to beat the first gym leader. Because you see, part of the goal of an Ironmon is that you can only gain experience from other trainers. And to enforce that, you're only allowed to catch 1 Pokemon per route and swap with your current Pokemon, aka a pivot, or kill 1 Pokemon per route to get a little bit of experience to hopefully help you beat the next trainer or gym leader. My first 8 hours of attempts, I was just stuck in the lab the entire time. So to make things more interesting, I decided to name every single Pokemon after a viewer. And
That would just be so annoying, wouldn't it?
And if that Pokemon died, the viewer would get banned. And the only way I would...
Okay. No, now it's better. Now it's better. Banning viewers because your Pokemon died. What have you entered?
Ban them is if I eventually beat the game. And after 8 hours, I finally had some hope when I found this slacking. Oh, wow. We catch this 100%. You see, slacking has one of the best base stat totals in the game. And that's how you determine the potential of a Pokemon. The higher the base stat total, the better Pokemon they generally are. Now, the stat distributions still factor in, as well as their ability and moveset, but end of the day, base stat total is king, and slacking has the highest base stat total of any Pokemon. And I mean any Pokemon. I'm including legendaries in this. Now, you might not think of Slacking as this OP Pokemon, but that's because if you ever played the game, you know his ability Truant, where every other turn, he slacks off. Just literally does nothing in exchange for being super powerful the one turn he does do something. But because the game is randomized, Slacking's ability wasn't Truant. It was actually something...
Right. Because I was thinking that, like, sure, it has the good stats, but the thing is only useful every second turn. You have to kind of like pace your turns around that.
Also kind of useless. It's the ability called Plus, which makes Plusle more powerful if he's in a double battle with
With Minus. Hey, at least it's... Listen, all right. It's not Truant.
in him, but just not having Truant is so strong that it doesn't matter that that ability doesn't actually provide any benefits. And like every other Pokemon, I decided to name Slacking after a reviewer, Swizzy Mars. Now, Swizzy didn't have the best moveset, but once he hit level 7, he learned Dizzy Punch, which is massive, because now he has a stab move that also can cause confusion. And just the way the stats randomly distributed, his attack stat was his highest stat. Now, I'm not as good as Small or Point Crow, so I'm not doing the ultimate Kaizo Ironmon. I'm just doing a regular Ironmon with one additional rule that I'm only allowed to use one Pokemon. Basically, it all started with Ironmon, and then people solved it, so they went to Ultimate Ironmon, then they solved that, then they went to
What? Guys, Pokemon is just a solved game in general. There's no version of Pokemon with whatever restrictions you want to do that helps solve the game. I think it would be different if maybe the game was a bit more like open, rather than you having to follow the specific gym leader progress, and that you could open up to any area in the game. I reckon that would help. But because, you know, the path is so linear, you kind of know where everything is. I misclicked my knife. Yeah, it just makes Pokemon solvable.
Kaizo Ironmon, and now they solved that, so they're doing Super Kaizo Ironmon. They're just trying to find new ways to torture themselves. I'm not that good at Pokemon. I'm almost 30. I'm cool just doing a regular Ironmon. I had to cheat to do a damn Nuzlocke. This is cool with me. Because of Swizzy's insane stats, I was able to cruise through the Viridian Forest, and then I went to go fight my rival, an optional battle that's in front of Victory Road, to hopefully get some more stats to help me beat the first gym leader, Brock, which I had failed to do at this point so far. And even though Furret was 5 levels higher than Swizzy, his base stats were so much worse than my Slacking that I was faster and stronger, and I won without losing any health. And for the first time in 8 hours, I started to believe this run was possible. I'm not even gonna lie, I am a firm believer in this motherfucking Slacking. He is big. Swizzy doing tricks on it. The only other battle that's kind of tough is the rival battle before Misty's gym.
Yeah, you know. Joe from the park rocks out with his Articuno.
What? But luckily for me, my rival's Pokemon weren't that good, so Swizzy won without too many problems. And after that, the game becomes a lot easier. You see, a Nuzlocke, you're kind of stressed at every second because you can't be over-leveled. You have to make sure the levels are distributed amongst all your Pokemon. But in an Ironmon, it's different. There's a limited amount of XP you can get, but you need every last drop because the final Pokemon champion has a level 95. And after defeating your rival, you unlock 20 trainer fights. And with all that experience, you quickly level up and become over-leveled. And then the rest of the game becomes a lot easier. I was so strong that I was easily one-shotting random trainers and even gym.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. I think this is boring. I mean, that's just how Pokemon works. It's been nearly an hour. And I've gotten 6 pearls. I am stuck here forever. Where's my golden kench? I'm going so dry. I think this must be at least 30,000 fish at this point. Although to be fair, I did get like 2 with my first 10,000 fish, so you know, I'm not actually going dry on the drop rate. But it's been like 20,000 fish since then. Where's my fish? Where's my kench? Okay. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find a video. One video, and then we're going to jump off. Nope. Okay. I don't see anything interesting on my YouTube feed. Okay. Well, with that out of the way, it's been about an hour. Gotten 6 pearls. Very sad. Alright. Looks like I'm just going to be here for the next 30 years of my life. Tench chance, 3.5% at this point. Since I basically get up to that roughly every day for like the past week. 3 times 7? So what's that, 21? I think you need to add 3 fishes more. Alright, let's have a look. 3 fish more. 1, 2, 3. And they're all blue gilts. Nothing. Oh, at the very least, we did get some progress. We're 77 fishing now. We're 75 hunter. By the time we finish this grind, these are going to be above 80. I'm certain about that. Which would be nice. What is actually, like, what can I gain from fishing at this point? So a rod, like if I get above 80 infernal eels, I can get, maybe I can get anglerfish. Harpoon, I can already do sharks. Aerial, I won't be able to get that thing. Cage, duck, fish, 85, maybe not. Barbarian. I could probably barehanded swordfish at the moment. That's pretty good. Equipment, doesn't really matter. Raids, other. Sea turtles. Oh, from Temporis. And then manta rays from Temporis. That'd be nice. Anyway, I guess that's it. All right.